You're now watching Temperature Check Podcast. Like, comment, and subscribe.
All right, welcome back to Temperature Chat Podcast. Please like, comment, subscribe.
Please.
If you're watching us on YouTube, share the video, comment anything in the bottom, letting us know any type of topics you want us to cover and things of that sort.
Yes.
Today is going to be Unc and Few, which is your boy Westside and your boy Dread Marley. And we have a special guest today from the Bring the Funny podcast, D. Rochelle.
Yes. Yes. The queen.
All
Yes.
right, all right. And if you haven't gotten to tap in, you can find her on Instagram as Bring the Funny Podcast. How you spell it exactly for the people in the back?
It's Bring the THA_podcast on Instagram, Bring the Funny on YouTube, Bring the Funny Podcast on Facebook.
All right.
Yeah.
And we've done some collabs with her on her platform, in which
Extremely funny.
that will be coming out soon. You'll be
Mhm.
seeing some of the most
Episode
funny.
1 is already out.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Go
yes.
check
So,
that out, please.
yeah, please tap in, subscribe, comment, like, share.
All that.
All that.
Yeah, spread the positive energy, the funny and good vibes coming from D. Rochelle and Bring the Funny Podcast.
Thank you,
Yeah.
thank you, thank
Yeah.
All right, so go ahead and tell the audience. So, when did you first come to the ideal and realization that you wanted to do a podcast?
you. Okay, so I wanted to do a podcast when I just knew that I was not going to do stand-up comedy.
Mm.
It's not that I was scared.
Mhm.
It's just that my first go-around was horrible because
Mm.
I talk a lot. And when I get on stage, I'm not comfortable. They shine the light, wrap it up. I just couldn't do that.
No, they hit you with the wrap it up.
When I started doing stand-up,
Mhm.
I was talking way too much. And
Mhm.
you've talked to me on the phone before, so you know I can go.
Yeah.
But I felt like with the podcast, I get to sit down, I get to chill, I get to be myself, I get to interact, and I can say whatever I want.
Right.
Yeah.
When you're on stage, you're limited. You know, you have to wait for somebody to laugh, and then you have like all these people. And I have a big fond respect for all the stand-up comedians, but I feel like it just wasn't for me.
Right.
Not that I can't do it, it's just that I feel like I feel more comfortable just doing a podcast because I always wanted to get into radio.
Yeah.
And shout out to Ricky Smiley Morning Show, 'cause that's my favorite radio show. He's
Shout
my-
out to Ricky Smiley.
yeah, he's my favorite comedian, favorite radio show. So I've always wanted to get into that, you know. So I was like, you know what? Let me just start off doing podcasting, and I
Okay.
love it.
Mm.
I love it. I get to get lit and talk my shit.
I like that. I like that. So, okay, so it started from comedy. So, at what point did you feel like comedy was a lane that you wanted to explore? Like, what was that moment where you say, you know what, I'm gonna be a comedian? Because that in itself is a very challenging thing to go for, because
Facts.
the way you pull your jokes, you
Mhm.
know, most of the time it's connected to like past experience, or some people, you know, they just come up with it on the fly. So it's like, what led you like to that point where you say, you know what, I think I want to try this?
Right.
There was this, you about to start laughing.
He was preparing to get in the laughing position.
So here's the thing. I grew up and I was that kid that just always said the wildest shit.
Okay.
Like I'll give y'all an example. When I was probably like 11 years old,
Mhm.
my sister and I went to go see this movie called The Waterboy.
Oh,
And
hilarious.
my mom
Adam Sandler.
had this friend who had twin boys,
Mhm.
and they weren't allowed to see it. They said it was against their religion, so they went to go see The Prince of Egypt.
Wait.
Talking
What-
about
what
it
you
was
talking-
against the religion
Yeah,
to watch
because-
Waterboy?
For their age, it wasn't appropriate.
The football movie?
Yeah.
The Waterboy.
Yeah, with Adam Sandler, they just
I was like, wait, what?
That's a new one. I ain't
Yeah.
never heard that one before.
so they told me and my sister, oh no, we're gonna go watch The Prince of Egypt. Y'all go watch the
And that
Waterboy.
was more suitable than the Waterboy.
Yeah, because it was
It was a
Oh, the
cartoon.
cartoon. Okay, I'm
Yeah.
thinking like Mummy and stuff like that. I was like, wait, what?
So when we got in the car,
Uh-huh.
mind you, I'm 11. I don't know what certain words mean. So
Mhm.
we're in the van on our way back to the house, and all of a sudden I asked my sister, I'm like, hey sis, question, do you masturbate? And
Uh,
and so my mom was like, D, And she was so embarrassed. And it was just like certain things that just
Why?
came to my mind,
Yeah.
just came out my mouth. And I used to get in trouble a lot.
Mm.
Like when I was 13 and my mom's friend was like, oh, do you want a job? And I was like, as long as I ain't got to swing around a pole and take my clothes off. Instead of just saying yes or no,
Yeah.
it was just wow.
Yeah.
And then fast forward, my mom found out at an early age that I knew how to sing.
Oh, okay.
So she was like, you know what? I want to put you in a creative and performing arts school, get you to singing. And I'm like, I was this size since I was 12 years old.
Mhm.
I ain't going to be on nobody goddamn stage. I ain't going to be the next Beyonce or nothing like that. I'm this big.
Mhm.
I'm 12.
Well,
I should have been dunking on niggas. Like, LeBron needed help.
yeah. Put me in, coach. Put me in, coach.
Which
She
I
said she
tried,
wanted to know. She what it's called?
The what? WNBA?
No, bro.
What you
Juwanna Man?
No,
Is that
no.
what you...
The teams for the kids. AAU. Or
AAU, yeah.
I did play the AAU.
basketball.
See, the thing is, I did
Look
play
at the AAU
basketball,
second. Look at you.
but I feel like I only played basketball because everyone expected me to.
Yeah.
So fast forward, I'm like 16, and this woman's like a palm reader, psychic ball, Miss Cleo type thing, right?
Yeah.
Over in Hollywood. So I'm like, I want to tell your fortune. I'm like, all right, tell me.
Mm.
So she's like, what do you want to do? I'm like, you psychic, you tell me.
Yeah, for real. Don't
So-
ask
Just
me
about to say,
questions.
Man, so I'm telling her, I'm like, you know what? I knew at that moment I wanted to be a comedian because it's like everything I did was just funny to people.
Yeah.
I come to school in shacks and didn't give a shit.
Mm.
And it wasn't the Reebok shacks, it was the Payless shacks.
Mm.
I had the Easter edition. I had
Mm. Okay. Nah, you good. Go ahead, do your thing.
I had the Easter edition. I had the jersey dresses from the flea market. I just didn't give a damn.
Mhm.
And so I was walking in my truth.
Yeah. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong.
So when the psychic, I told her, I was like, you know what? Let me see how well she know me, which she don't.
Mm.
I said, I want to be a singer. Why this bitch gonna talk about some? Oh yeah, because I see you're going to, in a year's time, you're gonna be with Missy Elliott. I'm like, is she gonna be my mentor? Or we gonna be together romantically?
Yeah.
She's like,
What?
so
Oh
I
my
keep
God.
saying things to her, and
Yeah.
she's like frozen, like
Yeah.
get this girl out my damn
Mhm.
studio.
Right.
Now, long story short, that was when I was 17 years old. I'm 36. Missy doesn't know who I am
Yeah.
at all.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like, you know what?
Not yet.
Yeah.
What?
She will after this.
Yeah.
Shout out to Missy.
Most definitely.
But I just knew at that point, I'm like, you know what? I know how to sing. I know how to play basketball. I don't want to be a lawyer. It's just that at the end of the day, we all know what our gift is. It's something
Yeah.
that you can do effortlessly. And
Right.
the one thing I can do, anybody can say, anyone who knows me knows, oh, she going to make you laugh.
Yeah.
And that's just when I was like, you know what? That's what I'm going to do.
Mm.
And when I thought that I wanted to do stand-up, I tried it. It wasn't really for me, not from a scary standpoint, but just like, I want to be known as a comedian that can just do something different. I can express my funny, and also you'll know that I'm funny. Like, it's not just she don't want to get on stage, she want to take the easy way out. No, I
Yeah.
want to be able to express comedy in a different way. Like, say, for instance, Pretty V.
Mm.
You can tell she's like the female Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
Like, the shit that she does is
Right.
really goofy and it's
Right.
funny as hell.
Mhm.
And how the wave of comedy is now is like there's different segues. Like, we
Mhm.
all know Jim Carrey as being one of the funniest actors in the world. He's brilliant.
Right.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you know him more for his acting than him being on stage doing
Right.
stand-up.
Right.
You really don't remember Jim Carrey from In Living Color. You remember from Liar Liar, The
Yeah.
Mask.
Uh-huh.
That's what the lane that
I remember him from both, but I get what you're saying.
yeah, but
though.
it's like, his stamp is
Yeah.
like
in
you-
movies.
exactly.
Right.
And so that's what I wanted to get into, like podcasting and movies, because I could be quite the actress.
Wait, what's your favorite Jim Carrey movie?
Liar Liar?
What's yours?
I don't know. I got a lot, bro.
Mine's I'm not
it
sure the name is
it
like
gotta be
Mr.
Pet Detective. But
Ace Ventura?
Yeah,
See,
but I like both of them though. So
No.
I don't know. I can't pick out of those.
I
two,
like
but-
it's Mr. and Mrs. I forgot.
Fun
what
with
it-
Dick and Jane?
Dick and Jane. I think that's what it.
Yeah, that'd be funny
when
as hell.
when the guy stops like halfway and Jim Carrey has to keep walking.
It's just the scene in Liar Liar for me is like the scene where he's in court and he can't lie.
Mhm.
And he was like, "Did you you had sex with her every time, didn't you? Liar!" It's like, Your Honor, she's badgering the witness. It's his witness.
That's hilarious.
Yeah,
He got shout out to him.
He got a bunch
Shout
of
out to Jim Carrey.
Yes, shout out to him.
Definitely a legend in the game when it comes to that.
I always wanted to be in a movie or a skit with just everyone that I looked up to in comedy, from back in the day to now, like Ricky Smiley, Mike Epps, some more,
legends.
D.L. Hughley. One thing is, it saddens me because I'm just like, dang, I did not get that time with Bernie Mac because he was my all-time favorite.
You got a top 5? Top 5 comedians?
Favorite comedians or
Yeah.
just like top 5?
Top 5 comedians.
That I like?
Yeah.
Bernie Mac,
Mm-hmm.
Richard Pryor,
Ooh, that's a good one.
I said Ricky Smiley,
Yeah.
Mike Epps,
Okay.
and that's a tough 5.
I'll give you an honorable mention after your 5.
And myself.
Okay.
Okay.
All
I
right.
like that.
So
I like that.
you got an honorable mention?
So-
Anybody you want to add in outside of the 5 that you also like, but you just couldn't put them in your 5?
I like Just Hilarious.
Just hilarious.
She's
Okay.
hilarious. Bro.
I like her. I like DC Young Fly, the ones that are younger than me.
Yeah.
I like them. Carlos Miller is fucking
Man,
that man.
that
There
is
is
true.
so god.
He's
like
creative as hell.
Yeah.
exactly. I'm like, give that man his flowers because
Yeah.
he is hilarious as hell. There's a girl. I don't know if she's a comedian, but she started out doing these really funny videos, and she's been nominated for an Emmy for Abbott Elementary.
Oh, that
yeah,
lady.
yeah,
She's
yeah.
hilarious.
She's
I've
hilarious.
been watching her videos for years. and I'm
Abbott
just
Elementary
like, yes.
it's a great show. Shout
I'm
out to that her
For
and that
Yes.
show.
Because when it
I
first came out, I'm like, damn, she looked familiar. I
Yeah.
can't
She,
really put
like-
it together.
I remember when I was trying to create a video about, it was like a green screen about how I met my spouse. And I was just looking to see if anybody had anything similar, and I found hers. And I was like, dang, I can't do it.
And that's
Because I
hella
don't
fun.
want to come off as biting.
Yeah.
But it was so funny. And I like the fact that she stuck to her culture. Like, she didn't just try, like, she did a lot of videos with a lot of white people, but it was more so making fun of them.
Right.
Yeah.
But in a way to where she didn't come off as racist. So
Yeah.
shout out to her.
Yeah.
So, Dre, what's your 5? Top 5 comedians.
Chappelle,
There we go.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah.
he gonna be on my all-time number 1.
Okay.
Chappelle, I'm gonna go with Carlos
Okay.
Miller,
Mm-hmm.
Andrew Schultz.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's where it gets tricky at.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of names you ain't say.
That's
You
what
ain't
I'm
got
saying,
too
there's
much
so
room left to
many.
go.
Cat Williams.
Okay. All right. You got one more. You got one more. It's a
so
lot
many I
you
can
ain't say.
I know.
It's a lot you ain't say.
Oh, I gotta
I'm
add.
gonna go with home team Duval.
Duval. Okay.
Duval.
I
But
get
wait,
Duval.
I gotta throw in one because we
Who?
ain't mentioned him, and he is the GOAT,
Oh,
Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy is hilarious. Yeah.
he is.
The fact that let me tell you something. Where were you when the Nutty Professor came out?
I was
Wait, were
still-
y'all
I
born?
was-
Yeah, I've
come
seen
on,
Nutty
man.
Professor. But see, the thing with Eddie, I liked him more after I seen his stand-ups. Because I didn't catch his stand-ups. I saw Nutty Professor and Coming to America. I love Coming to America.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Ooh,
I
y'all gonna
seen
be bad.
his later stuff was good too, but like I really, really like Eddie when he was raw. Like
I had to sneak and watch that because my thing is, in order for me to get away with certain things, I used to listen to Richard Pryor. I used to listen to Red Fox. I used to listen to Eddie Murphy, and I used to stay up late because, you know, back then you couldn't listen to stuff like that.
Right.
So I'm just sitting there like, you know, just the way they used to just throw things in there.
Yeah.
I'm like, my vocabulary is colorful because of these men.
yeah.
Like, even with Monique, like, you know, when she first
Monique,
came,
shout out to Monique.
Yeah.
yeah, like back
Legend,
then she
queen.
was, you know, like, damn, like she really made you hate skinny women back then. I'm
Because
like,
she wanted to big herself up.
Right,
You know what I'm
right.
saying?
yeah, but
Right.
it's like everyone just came and they were just so creative, and it was just like, damn, like I learned a lot from just listening to comedians, and it was my safe place because I dealt with a lot of, even though a lot of my comedy comes from the things that I went through.
I could
And-
tell from the comedians you like.
Right.
Yeah, it's like
All the comedians you named, they talk about their experiences.
And that's one thing with me. I'm just like, back then, I'm just like, why am I going through so much? Why am I being bullied and picked on? But I'm like, you know what? My story is funny.
Mm.
That whole with the paramedics, that was true.
Yeah.
That shit was
And then
hilarious.
even when just to kind of give y'all a little run back, it was like I have been this size and height since I was a child.
Mhm.
You would have thought my mom gave birth to a baby ape, or something, because
I'm
not gonna
could
lie.
have said Amazonian.
Keep a straight face
elephant or
and
something.
keep looking.
It be the things that she say, bro.
Just keep a straight face.
But the one thing just like that time where on Halloween, all the girls was little and petite, and they wanted to be, Aaliyah and Foxy Brown and Lil' Kim and all this other stuff, and I wanted to be the brat because I'm like, okay, well, the brat was beautiful and she was a tomboy and like me.
Shout out to the brat.
And I was like, okay, well, I can be the brat. And they was like, no, your sister looks more like the brat. And I'm like, you got to go for somebody that, fits more your character, like who you could really go for. So I'm like, well, who can I be? And they was like, oh, well, you can be Shaquille O'Neal.
The fuck? The fuck? It was a bad pick. Like, it's funny, but it was a bad pick.
Look at me, he died.
There's
He
so
died.
many. I would have went with Queen Latifah. You know what I'm saying? I would have went with even Missy Elliott. You could have went with
As the child that I was, I probably went with Shaq first. I'm like, I became this person to start naming the names that you said. But as a kid, bro, I know me, bro.
I mean, they could have gave me Lisa Leslie or something, but
I ain't know who that was back
Lisa
then.
Leslie.
They always call me
that's,
that.
I was trying to think of that in my head. I'm like, what is her name? And then you said it.
yeah, it
So,
was
yeah.
like, I got everything, like,
Oh, you could have
like-
been Layla Ali. Was she already doing her thing?
Layla
around that
Ali
time?
wasn't
But
tall.
you talking about back then. See, back then, I don't know if they was popping. Like
Yeah.
they were
Layla Ali
as
is a boxer. She's not tall.
I don't know how tall Layla Ali,
she
but
not
she
tall?
looked tall.
No, she not. I don't think she only thought they
She-
got 5'7".
She looked like
But-
she got some height on her.
But
when I
thing
see
is,
her.
I'm 5'11", so you're in. In middle school, kids are like what 4 feet.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like
Yeah.
She got
that's
height.
all. Yeah. So
She got height. She got some height on.
But man, like it was horrible. Like I remember one time I came to school, it was Christmas. They was like, you can wear all green or you can wear all red. So I don't know why I chose all green because as soon as I came into school, they're like, ho, ho,
Grinch.
ho, green giant. And I'm
What the hell? The Green Giant. I don't know why I thought of the movie Grinch. When you said all green, I was like, they said Grinch, huh?
no, they.
You're a mean one.
I mean, it was Jolly Green Giant. Like every tall name that you could ever think of, I was called. I mean, Andre the Giant. I didn't even
Andre
know
the Giant.
You
Shout
didn't
out
get
to him.
creative when
That's
they
a
was
legend
doing
right
that
there.
to you?
Oh yeah,
Shout
but
out to
I
them
got
WWF.
creative. That's why I said I listened to a lot of comedy. Like so, I think my first joke was something about this one girl. I didn't know, like her mom was deceased, but her mom was sick, and she was getting really skinny. And I was like, that's exactly why your mom is so skinny. She could hula hoop to a fucking Cheerio,
I
bitch.
remember that. That's a classic joke.
And yeah,
Salute
I
to the
heard
Cheerio.
it, and I was
Yeah.
like, you know what? I've never heard kids say it. I heard an adult say it.
Yeah.
I think it was Red Fox that said. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. But I went to school and said it. All of a sudden, she want to fight you, and I'm like, why? I was like,
what?
because she said her mom died, and I'm like,
Oh no.
yeah. So then my mom had to get called to the school.
Oh,
and-
Yeah. Shit got serious too quick. It was
yeah.
like And then now when they say it, and then they tell your mama, and her mama dead.
And
So
it's like, and it's like with my family, they like to gossip. So I always knew about somebody in the neighborhood. So I'm like, hey, ain't your daddy on drugs on Center Avenue?
Oh,
like,
so she,
that's your daddy.
she pointing out all the things that everybody's ignoring to say.
It's like I would point out facts.
She got said.
Yeah. She's like, I'm gonna just put it out there. I know we all seen her mama.
It's like, so I would never like. And the thing is, I would make it creative. Like I'm like, oh, look, who am I, y'all? I'm like her mama. I'm her daddy.
She
That's
going
your
for the
daddy.
gusto. She
Like-
going for the gusto. Oh my God.
Or
I would want to fight you too.
Yeah.
but
That's a
it's like,
fade.
but if I get to a point where if I got picked on, I'm gonna get on you back. Like
Right.
the one
Yeah.
girl, she's like, "Oh, my mama's rich. My mama's rich." I'm like, "Your mom gave us donuts for free. She works at Dunkin' Donuts." Pipe down. Like it was like.
Yeah, she wasn't going. She wasn't going.
It got
for
to a point because it's get to a point where you just get sick of it. Like I
Yeah.
get sick of running home talking about, "Mommy, I'm ugly. Mommy, they're picking on me. I'm big
Yeah.
as shit running home."
Yeah. And then
Could you imagine big me?
yeah.
Big me, as big as I am running.
Yeah.
Like, come on, I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
I couldn't do little girl things.
Mm.
You know how little girls that you hear a thunderstorm, they want to get in the bed with you.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Get your ass.
Yeah.
so it's like, "Mommy, can I sleep in the bed with you?" It's like,
Mhm.
"What do you mean? You're like, you're 6 feet tall. Go to bed." I'm like, "But I'm 8."
Yeah.
You know, so
Oh, so she's like, "Hey, nigga, look at this bed." You see room on here? You see room on here?
She didn't even check on well-being. The first thing that came out her mouth was, "You're 6 feet."
Go lay down. You 6 feet. Go lay down.
I mean, it
That's
was.
some black mother stuff, though. They tell you, go lay
But
down.
my brother and sisters didn't have that.
That's
It was
like the remedy for all black people.
Like-
Go lay down. You acting up. Go lay down. You sick. Go lay down.
I mean, it's a thunderstorm outside.
Yeah.
I thought it
Nah,
was
this
the end
gonna
of the.
be okay
It
day.
was
Yeah.
right. It's,
Go lay down.
it's
Right.
the end of the world.
Mhm.
I'm like, "Mommy, I'm scared." "You are 6 feet tall.
Yeah.
Go lay down." I'm
Go
like,
lay down.
"Can I get in the room with you?" So I'm like, "You're a," and I hear her whispering, like, "She's almost a grown ass woman." I'm like, "But I'm 8 years old. Like, what you want me to do?" I'm like, man, I just couldn't do.
Yeah.
That's when I realized that I ain't got no choice but to do comedy. I
Yeah.
have to make my life funny. I have to capitalize off it. I have
Yeah.
to, because my life was fucked up.
Mhm.
Like,
And you know, black
The
people
little
gonna
st-
find some way for you to laugh at it, bro.
Yeah.
You already
because
know.
think about it. Think about what you dress your daughter in.
Mhm.
Would you put that on me right now?
No.
And I'm a child.
Mm.
I'm a child. I'm
Yeah.
11 wearing an 11.
Yeah. So she gotta
know-
buy you like regular clothes, like stuff like.
Like,
A
I
grown
mean,
She gotta go when she go shopping for her.
Yeah, she gotta shop for you too.
and not even that, because my mom's only 5'3".
So you gotta buy clothes.
So I had to
that-
start
yeah.
dressing like a boy.
Uh-huh.
Because that's how I felt comfortable. Because it's like, when you're a big girl in elementary school, you're not really shaped. It's like,
Mm.
imagine if Gumby blew up or some shit like that.
Mm.
It's the names that you
Yeah.
choose.
Yeah.
She chose.
Yeah. Gumby.
I mean, I was just,
Yeah.
and
Bro, do you know who Gumby is?
I'm trying to keep a straight face. I told you that since earlier. I'm trying to keep it
What the
straight.
hell, bro? Oh.
but it was just like, just certain little things. Like, you have the girls with the, barrettes and braids.
Mhm.
I am as big as a damn grown ass man. I'll show y'all a picture. Let me tell you something. I remember when one time shout out to my nana, may she rest in peace.
Mm.
say
The way
like
that
she
she
was-
said it, like I was.
I had
Maybe?
very
Maybe.
okay, so my grandma was very big on my hair.
Okay.
Like I had very, very long hair
Mm.
for forever.
Mhm.
And my great grandmother, I don't know what her problem was.
Mm.
I don't know if she had some type of vendetta against me, but I was getting a relaxer that day. So no lie, she left that shit in so long from here all the way to here. This whole side was shaved, came out.
Oh.
My mom was like, "Yo, is she auditioning for Salt and Pepper? Because what the fuck is going on?"
So you
here?
had the Cassie.
Ooh.
Yeah,
You
but
had
it wasn't
the
Cassian.
One side here.
It wasn't
one side.
Cassian. It was more giving me like, Casper on this side. because it was bald as
Nah.
fuck, and then it was like, you know, me on this side. So,
Damn.
so what they had to do is when it was growing back, you know, really niggerish. So I had to wait till this side wasn't perm no more, and then and then they just cut it.
Wait,
so,
time out. They left you with this side
yeah.
the whole time?
I would have just
My grandma ended up having me get braids so it can go over. So
So you had braids that came over on the other side and just hung down.
yeah.
Oh Lord. You remember those? You remember that hairstyle when you was in school when girls would get the braids and then it just sit on the side of
They'll
their
just
face?
like look. So they'll braid it right here
Yeah.
and hang down, and everybody used to call me like Mr. T and shit like that. When
I keep thinking of Cassie, that thumb, 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 thumb.
no, I was giving Mr. T like I remember when I wore my
I seen that interview recently where Diddy was like, who's that? Jock said he just walked up to Cassie and was like, I want you to shave the side of your head. And she did it. And she did it, yeah.
I didn't want the side of my head shaved. I was a kid. And then the sad part about it was they had to cut my hair. So I was like probably the only black girl with a bowl cut.
Mm.
And like that mushroom bowl. And I had, not to mention I had big ass glasses because I can't see shit.
Yeah.
So I am this big girl with this big ass head. And mind you, I was real fat. So I had the hot dog pack in the back. And
you got the extra skin.
Not anymore. I'm talking about back then. I was a child.
Nah, that's
You know,
understandable.
everything wasn't filling. You know,
Yeah.
maybe that fat went to my fingers. I don't know.
Yeah,
but
it just stretched out. And
Yeah.
I'm a terrible kid because I'm just thinking like I would have had a field day. Like, oh shit, bro. Oh
So,
my God.
what happened was I ended up wearing because I used to dress like a boy, and I had like these really small silver glasses, and I went to school, and I'm sitting all of a sudden these kids in the back are going, ooh.
Oh, they hit you with the 40.
I didn't know what they was doing.
Ooh.
So I'm thinking, ooh, and I'm like, what the fuck? And I was like, oh shit. I'm like, what's wrong with y'all? And I'm like, what's wrong with you? You came to school looking like E40.
Damn.
And then I'm telling you,
40 ward.
man, let me tell you something. You know what's crazy? I put a throwback picture on Facebook of that picture.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, and my ignorant ass boyfriend gonna talk about my song. You went from 40 water to Bay. I'm like,
The
yo.
man. Dumb. Tell me when to go.
You know what?
Tell me when to go. Tell me when to go.
So, but you know what? The petty part about so y'all just lit.
I'm sorry, yeah.
Y'all lit off my
playing.
y'all lit off my pain. That's what
When
but
you
you know
start
what? The
playing that
best part
song-
about this is the fact that almost everybody's made fun of me. They're fucked up now.
That's the most
That's
beautiful
the-
thing
Oh
when it
my
comes
God.
to
It's like,
the game
hey,
of life.
D, ew.
Yeah, it's the funny part about the game of life, because in the game of life, you know, nobody wants to peak in school. That's the worst thing. Like the people that had all the clothes and the shoes and the nice
attention, the
hair
girls,
and the,
the
you know
boys.
what I'm saying, like the celebrity, the
Right.
school celebrity.
Right.
There's nothing worse than getting out of school and that was it. Like your run was high school and it's all downhill from here. Like,
I mean, there's not one person that I can say like. I mean, you got some of that aren't ugly, but it's
Right.
some of them are like.
yeah, I mean,
Ooh.
I would.
I'd rather have taken the L then.
Yeah,
Right.
I'd rather take the L or beat it in that middle. You know, that middle when you ain't really, you know what I'm saying? Then you get out of high school and then you start getting those, oh, you look good. Like every day you looking better
coming on
looking.
picture,
I'm
oh
like,
my God, you're so beautiful. I'm like,
Lord.
bro, where was you when I had the berets
Yeah.
and the Star Spangled Banner outfit? And you was telling me like, I'm walking to school, y'all talking about I pledge allegiance. Like,
oh God.
you know?
I am terrible, bro.
Oh
I have
my
to start
God.
talking to my middle school friends like, bro,
Yeah.
was I that bad, bro? Because
Because of you, somebody probably is in therapy.
I don't look. What
Salute to y'all, bro.
when I met you, right? You weren't bad. You had jokes, and if you wanted to go, you would go. But you wasn't like some people. They looked for someone
Yeah.
and they went at them. But you were more so like, if we joking, I'm joking because I got
but you
jokes.
know why? Because of my laugh.
Yeah.
I told you it's contagious.
Yeah.
So it's just like I was more so making it worse for him.
He the
You-
perfect hype man for a
Yeah.
comedian.
Yeah.
Like if I'm ranking somebody, I want Dre there. Cause even if my jokes are mid,
Yeah,
because of him.
It's that laugh like, oh shit, that shit really
yeah,
is
yeah.
funny.
Yeah, once you hear that laugh, you be like,
Then they not even
damn.
paying attention to the joke no more. They
Yeah.
just like, dog, this nigga.
Yeah,
is
because
Yeah.
the first episode, when I talked about what the paramedic said to me, your laugh was like, wait, fuck what I said. Who was that laughing?
Yeah.
Like,
That shit
I'm
is
like, who
hilarious.
is
That shit is hilarious.
Yeah. Shout out to my old girl. She got the same laugh.
Oh, she do? See,
Same
that's a
laugh,
beautiful
bro.
thing to pass on.
What?
it?
But
No.
I wanted to talk about as far as like when you was talking about comedians, I feel like now there are more variety of comedians, right?
Mhm.
And I watched this thing. It was like Phase on Love, and he was talking about Country Wayne, and Country Wayne said he makes a lot of money through social media, Facebook and stuff like that. And Phase on Love was more so old school, so he's used to those residual checks from like movies and stuff like that. So he's like, he's not really making no money. Like, you can't like prove it to me. Like how do I see what you making? You know what I'm saying? Compared to him, you can pull it up type stuff or whatever. So seeing that situation, you know, I looked at two different worlds clashing. You know what I mean? And it's all because they don't understand each other. I remember when social media started taking off, like Instagram and stuff, and then you start getting these Emmanuel Hudsons coming out. And the stand-up comedians are like, oh, that's not real comedians. They only funny for 15 seconds. And that's a thing. Like there are debates in that world of comedy where they don't look at social media comedians the same. Because we done seen some that came from social media try to do stand-up and bomb. And then we also done seen some comedians try to do those little clip videos and it just isn't funny.
It's
you know
what's
what I mean?
for you is what's for you. You know, that's one thing. And I actually had a conversation with a friend of mine because he felt like because he's a stand-up comedian, you know, and I'm not. It's like, one, if you are funny and you can make other people laugh, you are what they call the comedian. Just like if you're in a clique, you have somebody that is the comedian, you have someone that's the serious one, the ignorant one, and you always have that one. No matter who I'm around, I'm always the funny one. I'm either the loud one, the funny one, or both. Even when you watch TV shows, even with girls, okay, you know the show Girlfriends? It's always that one that's funny. Or your homeboys, or you know, a show, there's always that one that just has to be funny. You know, it's just the way it is. I don't feel like, you know, 2022, it's 2022. Like there's different avenues of doing things. Like people don't have to. You don't even have to be a chef anymore. You could just whip up some shit on TikTok
on
and
social
it's like,
media.
you know, viral.
You could be an online chef and just
look at what Tabitha Brown was. She is an actress. She started off as an actress, and she stopped acting because she used to get these terrible migraines, and she got sick, so she stopped acting. She went on TikTok and she told herself she was gonna be vegan for like 30 days, I think like 15 years ago. And she started making recipes. She only had 2 followers on TikTok. And you see her everywhere. You walk in Target, that is the first person you see. Besides Pride, where you see Tabitha Brown. And it's like social media right now can take you there because she came from, you know, where you make movies and stuff. She's the prime example of you can do both. You can ride the wave. If social media is what it is right now, why would you want to go back to old school? That's just like we got a MacBook Air, but we still want to use a typewriter.
But I feel like we're in a world where all of it is needed. So stand-up comedians are needed just as much as Instagram, and Instagram is just as much needed as comedians in movies. Because there's some people that's not funny unless they're in a movie. You know
I feel like Tiffany Haddish is extremely funny in movies, but when I did see her stand-up, you know, shout out to her. I do like her. Back then when I used to watch her when she was on I forget that show. It was on LA Drive or something like that. She was funny, but the thing is she's very funny as an actress, but she is still a comedian. She is still showing, you could tell that it's not hard for her to be funny. And even when she does interviews, she's funny. But some people stand up is just not for them.
I feel like she's more funny, like you were saying, in acting. Like when I seen her, I don't know if y'all watched the Carmichael show.
Oh my
God, she was hilarious in a Carmichael show.
Shout out to Carmichael because everybody that was on that show either went to
Straight
another,
up.
either went to another show and they just got movie deals.
And they had
Mhm.
legends. They had legends.
Bro.
The mom and the dad been playing in movies and TV shows for
Rail got
years.
his show.
Rail got
Mhm.
his show. Rail
Yeah.
played in Get Out after that.
Mhm.
And he was funny in that movie.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Motherfucking TSA.
Yeah. So that and then Tiffany Haddish went on to do Girls
Yeah.
Trip and other movies. I
Shout
think
out
it
to
was
that boy.
Night School.
Yeah, that movie
She
too.
was with Kevin Hart, so she went on to do some big things. But yeah, I feel like it's a place for every type of comedian. And that I even when it comes to like comedians, I like they're all different.
Mm-hmm.
So like for example, I like Dave Chappelle from his stand up.
Mhm.
Not his stand up. I liked him from when he was doing the TV show.
Mhm.
But then I went back and watched the stand ups. And
Wait, so you? Okay.
so when I first got introduced to Dave Chappelle, even though I didn't know, I already seen him before.
right.
So I seen him,
Nutty
but I
Granny
didn't know.
Professor.
Not just
You
Nutty
stepping
Professor,
on
but
Reggie?
Blue
Yeah.
Streak, Blue Streak when
Blue
he's in there with
Streak,
Martin. I didn't know
yeah.
that was Dave Chappelle, and then I seen the show, and I ended up getting the DVDs. That was the bootlegging thing. You know, you had the bootleg CDs. I had season 1,
I
2,
don't know
and
what
3.
he's talking about.
I do. I'm
Shout out to
familiar.
LimeWire, they making a comeback.
Shout out to Soldier Boy.
Yeah, shout out to all them. But yeah, so I had the series, so I used to watch those episodes religiously.
Right.
It got so bad that I remember the songs that Dave Chappelle made for
I
for R.
wanna
Kelly.
pee on
I
you.
wanna pee on you. Drip, drip, drip.
Man.
Like those are things that made me love Dave Chappelle.
What
And
was your
then
favorite episode with him?
Rick James.
Really?
it's difficult.
I'm sorry, mine is Bigsby.
Bigsby, I like Bigsby,
Yeah.
but I want to say my favorite. I want to say it's close between the Prince one and the Mad Real World.
That
Mad
shit
Real World
is-
was
Nah,
hilarious.
that was
That
funny.
was hilarious.
Matter of
But
fact,
that Bigsby one kid, cause
And the what was the Ghetto Olympics when they was gambling?
go upstairs and put on some lotion.
He said he blew the dice and
the
it was
fact
powder
that-
coming out.
If you want this money, you're going to have to shoot me. Pow.
He said- and it was like he shot him below the knee, so it wasn't a attempt murder. I'm like that, and the what was it, the race draft
Yeah.
where there was where they was like,
We got Wu-Tang Clan.
yeah, Wu-Tang Clan, Wu-Tang Clan.
man,
I like the R. Kelly trial too.
The R. Kelly
Yeah, he
trial.
was
no,
like,
that
wait.
was oh my god, oh my
He was like,
god.
wait, you don't even know if that was real piss. That could have been. He's like, look, I ain't even do that.
He just touched base on so many funny ass things. Like when they switched roles and it was like he had took his black son went with the white family and he was like, I'm gangster, dad. And he's like, oh, you is? Put on your shoes. Let me take you somewhere. He took him to the hood and he's like, oh. He's like, all right, get out and walk on. I was like, yo, this. Like Dave Chappelle to me, he set so many
Bro, he's the-
trends
he's the
Mhm.
as a
GOAT, bro.
comedian, and
I
then
got in trouble in school so many times because of him.
For real.
Oh my god, the Bigsby, I took that and ran with it. Or the one where he played Roots when
Yeah.
he got hit, he was like, "Hold on, nigga."
Yeah.
when he got that,
Wait a minute, nigga.
you hit me too hard, bro.
Man,
My bad.
Halloween, I think I would look like I was dressed like as a pimp or something.
Oh,
Yeah.
And I went to school talking about,
For the players ball. When he
yeah,
was like,
but I did.
Silky Johnson.
So, but the thing is, I was acting like a slave master, and I was
Mhm.
like, I saw these little white girls walking. I was like,
Yeah.
"What the hell do you think you're doing?"
Oh.
And they're like, "Are you talking to us?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "No, those are on there behind you," and there was nobody behind them.
Oh my god.
Hey, that player's ball.
Yeah, that
I
players.
remember when they had the pictures up and they had a picture of Rosie O'Donnell. He was she looked like she got dick holes in her.
Oh my god. That shit was, and then they had the hate hate. Mad Dog called the police on the
Oh,
next door neighbors because
shit.
they was making too much money or some shit like that.
Hate.
And then I think one dude end up getting a girl pregnant or some junk. Like, it was wild. The stuff that they was coming up with,
It's
man.
timeless.
It's timeless.
There will never be
would never.
another
Chappelle show
ever.
And that's and shout out to these dudes, but I purposely did not watch Key and Peele just because I knew that was supposed to be like them trying to take his spot, and I'm like, I'm not even gonna give you a shot to take his spot.
I like him as a producer.
I like Peele for what he do as far as the horror side.
I couldn't get into it. The classroom episode was just too much.
I felt like they forced. I felt like it was forced.
It was funny.
It was cool. It's like, D nice.
Yeah.
D nice.
Denise.
If y'all say something, now it was. If y'all say some silly ass name, I'm going to lose it. Say your name, Denise.
Yeah.
Say your name, Denise.
Hey, Ron. Hey, Ron.
See, I never. The only one I liked or that I saw that that got me, I think it was the drug deal when they were trying to do the drug deal in the park. But he was like, nah, give me the money. And he's like, yo, like you gotta be like cool.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I know what you're talking about.
and they in a park and they're full of people. And he's like, now put the money in my hand and don't be obvious. And the dude was like, all right, bro, bro, what is you doing?
But you ever with that show? It kind of reminded me of that movie Malibu's Most Wanted.
Yeah. It was that kind of funny.
Yeah, because
Malibu
you know
Most
how
Wanted.
the gangsters in Malibu's Most Wanted, they were just actors, but they really was just like little choir boys.
That's
and
a classic too, right?
Yeah.
Oh goodness gracious,
that's
Malibu Most Wanted. That shout out to that movie.
Right, but
I had a game cast at one point.
I had a game cast.
You never seen the Key and Peele one when they the racist zombies?
Nice.
Oh.
You know what was another funny one I saw was when he the dude was playing president and he was saying, and he was like, how you doing? How you doing? And he was like,
what's good? Bring it in.
I didn't see too much of those, but the ones that I did see were funny.
Yeah.
But
it's not.
I get what you mean.
I knew that's what it was for, and I just didn't accept it. I accepted it more when I started seeing clips, I guess, on social media, and then it was like, oh, okay, these guys are funny. But at that time when they were like trying to take over, I'm like, man, I'm not watching y'all, and that's when I got more into the stand-up side with them. And then from there, I just was so obsessed with looking for comedians because I grew up watching Comic View. Like that was my thing.
Yes.
Like watching, I remember seeing Lil Duval when he had the dreads and
he used to
and
sing all the time.
He had that Music Soul Child remix.
Yeah.
Who the fuck you fucking with? I done bought you all these drinks. Yes, the fuck you really is my girlfriend.
That was a classic,
that's
man.
A classic. Man.
But through that, I would say I like Deion Cole. I like Deion Cole because he's a nonchalant comedian.
He's he brought me on stage and gave me a shot the first time I saw him.
Oh, for real?
Yes.
That dude is hilarious. He is so nonchalant, and I remember seeing him.
Is that the one that check off his jokes?
Yeah, he used to do that. Well, he still kind of do it time to time, but back then when he was on BET Comic View, he used to sit there and be like, that was funny.
His last special, he did that. Like, when I first saw him, he was like, all right, I'm going to give y'all, we gonna see if these artists are in the closet or out the closet.
Yeah.
When I mean, they can come out the closet with all their music.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it was when he said Faith Evans, and everybody was like some people was, he was like, are we going to push that bitch back in the closet? She ain't been out the closet since Biggie. And I'm like, damn.
The dude is hilarious.
He's funny as
he
hell.
He had, what was the joke he had? He was talking about his gay cousin, and they was going out, and he was like, all right, so we're going to do this, and we're going to meet back up. And he's like, okay, cool. Slap. He was like, slap? What the hell? Sounds like a plan. And then he's like, y'all better not steal my cousin phrase. And the whole crowd started laughing because they're like, damn, that was pretty good. That was pretty good. I might use that. And then to this day, I still say the phrase cold peanut butter. She thinking of cold peanut butter.
Where you get that from?
Yeah, Deion Cole. That was a joke he said. He talking about.
My God.
He said she thicker than cold peanut butter.
You know,
try freeze some peanut butter and try to scoop it out. You gonna break your spoon.
Let me tell you. Let me ask y'all a question. So you know how you're saying we said that the Chappelle show cannot be duplicated. So how do you feel about Marlon Wayans doing kind of like a rendition of the Clumps? The Nutty Professor.
It wasn't funny to me. It wasn't
I didn't have a problem with it just because at the end of the day, to me, I accept that whole family. Like the way they sit, and I feel like they don't get the praise that they should get.
The Wayans,
honestly,
shout out to the Wayans.
Because
shout every last one of them. Like every last one. I followed them for years.
Yeah, I feel like they don't
there
get
would be
their
no
praise.
In Living Color without them. There
I'ma
would be
tell you
no
the-
Jim Carrey.
It would be a lot of them.
A lot of these
Jamie
people,
Foxx,
they
all
paved
of
the
them.
way.
It don't even stop there. Like when you think about it, that game cast, that's their nephew. You get what I'm saying? Like there's actors or Scary Movie. There would never been a Scary Movie.
know.
That was strictly
Yeah,
written
that was-
by
Yo,
them
I
and
was
taken
on
from them. But
punishment for years for going to watch Scary Movie.
Scary Movie is one of my
I'm sure,
favorites.
yeah,
Like
that's
It
funny,
was
bro.
they were the
hilarious.
first to do it too.
Yeah.
Parody movies, like making fun of other movies. And
Don't Be a Menace is the best one.
Yes.
And to
Oh
this day,
it is so good that when
you
they
got
talk
to get
about
out. Get
yeah.
get out. Oh,
Into the air. If we don't play,
you got to get out.
the way.
About to
Man.
jump your ass in.
And you see these niggas double dutching.
Yeah.
You ready, fool?
Yeah. And if you fall, you better pick your ass up.
Bound to drizzle.
Yeah. What happened to dad that was younger than him?
He said, why ain't y'all invite me to the party? You know you got to be 18 or older.
Yeah. And he told her, he said, and since you a smart ass, I want you to do my homework. You gonna organize my Nintendo cartridges.
He cut his hair and he put the ammonia on
Yeah.
his mouth.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
He said, all right, you owe me $30. He's like, $30? I'm your son. He's like, hey, man. But that movie is so classic and such a big movie that people, I used to hear people talk about Menace Society and mess up and call it Don't Be a Menace.
Right?
And I'd be like, no, you mean Menace Society. That's the real movie.
My favorite. I got these cheeseburgers, man.
Cheeseburgers, man.
What you say to me?
I'll suck you in the
when he's doing the job application and he's sitting there,
What's your sex?
Hell yeah. Salary desire. $3 million cash.
Man, that movie is so classic, and they didn't. Marlon Wayans went to go play in Above the Rim, which is one of my favorite movies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they touch different things that
Above the Rim?
yeah.
He was in, oh
He's
yeah, he
Above the
was.
Rim.
He was in that, and he was in that other basketball movie, The Sixth Man.
Yeah.
Shout out
was
to that corny ass
That
movie.
it was good.
It
I liked
was
it.
good.
No,
It was
I liked
good, but it was like looking back at
Yeah.
it. You
Yeah.
okay? So you ever watch movies when you're younger? Be like, oh, this movie's so
It hit
hard. You
different when
go
you're
back,
younger.
you like,
I do that shit all the time.
It's like the first Matrix.
I just seen Power Rangers the other day.
That shit was
With
corny.
Ooze.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, nah.
How these niggas was talking with their mask on? Yeah, we need to do this. I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
what the fuck?
You know, we never even realized that the Chinese lady was always like off when it came to her talking. She never talks with her mouth. Like it was
I never
always
did
off.
that.
It
Like
was-
like actual Chinese
I gotta
movie.
go back and watch it. That joke with the
telling
Power
you,
Rangers was cheesy.
When
as
you
shit.
watch the villain lady, like watch her mouth and then listen, and you'll be like, she's off, like an actual Chinese movie when they doing the dub
Right.
for
Yeah.
it. Like it's hilarious. But
the fact that I watched Barney,
Barney is classic.
I'm sitting here like, hey, Mr. Knickerbocker Bucket. I'm like, I watched
I can
this
never
shit.
go back. It's like
watch this.
That's why you just leave it where it's at. It
Yeah.
was good for its time.
I'm
And you
like,
just let it
man.
go, bro.
Like I was watching, like everybody didn't like this movie that I knew. I used to watch that Mariah Carey movie back in the
Mariah
days,
Carey.
Glitter.
that
Yeah, a lot of people didn't really like that
I
Yeah.
movie.
don't think
too
I ever
much.
seen that.
You-
And if
it's,
I did,
it's definitely a
Mhm.
chick flick.
oh,
It was
God,
very
I've seen
corny. And I went back. I was like, "Oh, it's not as good." I used to love this.
It
I'm
don't
like,
hit the same. It don't hit the same.
"Nigga, like, what is you
Mhm. It don't
watching?"
hit the same. But all right. So I said Dave Chappelle.
Mm-hmm.
I said Deion Cole. So after Deion Cole, I found this dude because I used to do a lot of YouTube searching and stuff for like comedians on Def Comedy Jam,
Mhm.
and I found this dude Rob Stapleton.
Okay, yeah.
Hilarious.
He's funny as fuck.
God.
The joke that got me was when he talking about like when niggas go to the club and it's that one nigga that ain't got no money.
$3.
Let's talk. What we gonna do? They talking about $3. $3. And then when he talks about getting on the bus and the person in the wheelchair getting on the bus,
Y'all gotta get up.
we can't come back for this man. He's like, oh my God. That, and when he talks about finding his homeboy girlfriend cheating on him. She's like, let that be a girl. She gonna be like, how you doing, Rashid? Your kids wanna talk to you. He said, what the niggas gonna do? I ain't know she was getting down like that.
Who's your fourth one?
All right, so my fourth one, outside of Rob Stapleton, I like
I gotta go watch him when I get home.
Eddie Griffin. And I like Eddie Griffin
my
because
God.
Eddie Griffin teaches as he
Like
does
D.L.
his
Hughley.
stand-up.
I put them two in the same category.
No,
they
I
do
don't.
the same thing, bro.
All
They
respect to
both was
D.L.
at the
Hughley.
Improv at the same time, and I could not pick which one because D.L. Hughley was in West Palm Beach and Eddie Griffin was in Dang It. I'm like, shit.
I'm sorry. I got all respect for D.L. Hughley. You're a great comedian. You know, Kings of Comedy. Shout out to you, what you're doing on your radio. But when it comes down to Eddie Griffin, that man is just different. Like when he's talking, he's talking. When he's teaching, man, I done seen him break down some stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, open up. I forgot I was watching stand-up. Like I'm so into it, and then he bring you back and make you laugh, and you like,
he'll say something serious, and then he'd be like, "I want to fuck Michelle Obama."
Yeah,
I'm like, "Wait, we was just learning shit."
That's how I feel about Dave Chappelle. Every time,
Yeah.
and Dave does that more now.
No, but he been doing that forever. Like I had to put my mom on him because like I used to watch him all the time. My mom used to be like, "Bro, what you in there laughing at?"
Yeah,
and I'm like, "Mom, watch this." So she'll watch it the first time, and because I'm already laughing, she's laughing.
Yeah.
I'm like, let me get out the room and you actually listen to the joke.
Yeah.
She got right into it, bro. I'm like, bro, this nigga is creative
he's hilarious,
as hell,
man.
bro.
Eddie Griffin,
But yeah,
that guy right there, he just in a different ballpark.
Right.
And then for my number 5, I think I'm gonna put Bernie, just because Bernie, like everything was real. And then even when he made his show, you could see what he was telling jokes about on stage. Yeah. And so that's why Bernie sit with
6-year-old boy here.
Yeah,
Can't say it.
Bust a move.
Some milk and cookies.
Yeah, like his and I, shout out to him. We lost him early, but he was making his transitions from Kings of Comedy to doing TV to doing movies. He was one of those dudes that was able to do it all.
He was.
But
what he said in Kings of Comedy? He was like, "Oh, so y'all ain't gonna give me," because everybody had their own show. Steve Harvey, and then Cedric was on Steve Harvey. Yeah. He had the Hugleys. He was like, "Oh, so y'all ain't gonna give me my own show. Y'all scared what the fuck I might say to y'all?"
Yeah.
But it was just like he was my all-time favorite because he didn't care. There was nothing you could say about him.
Yeah.
And the fact that his story, like how he used to perform in the subway. If I performed in the subway, I was gonna get my ass whooped.
Yeah.
But it was just like, damn, he opened up so many doors. Like, there's a new comedian. He's not really new, but there's a comedian that came out. His name is Schultz King. He reminds me of him, and it's not because of the big ass eyes. It's just more so how he talks.
Yeah.
It's like he doesn't cuss like Bernie Mac because I don't think no one can ever top that.
No.
I could try.
No. I will say there's one, and this would probably be my honorable mention. Paul Mooney. I watched Paul Mooney one time, and I don't know if it's because I was high when I watched it.
He was a dope comedian and writer.
Right.
Yeah. Paul Mooney was so funny. I laughed through a whole stand-up. And it was crazy. I was like, I don't think I ever did that before.
Yeah.
Like, just laugh straight through a whole stand-up.
The only stand-up that I laughed at was Paul Mooney and D. Ray Davis.
D-Ray is another honorable mention.
That man, and the thing is, D. Ray, I love the fact that he's very humble.
Yeah.
He's everywhere. Like, if you write him on Instagram or Twitter or something like that, he will always write you back. Always. Even when I was on Snapchat and I was like, I'm about to go see D-Ray, I'm about to pull up, because he's like, at that time, it was like Ricky Smiley, D. Ray Davis. If those two were in town, I was front and center.
Right.
And he'll always be like, thank you for showing me the love. Oh, it's you again. Da, da, da. Like, he really respects his fans. But my thing, that man is a trip. That man, when he said something about when he walked in on his mom And he talks a lot about his mom, and she had a wash rag talking about something. What you doing in here?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, whoa.
He's like, he said a joke where he was like, this is like probably when he first started. He was saying like he was so ghetto, like he was raised poor. He said it was so bad that the carpet in the house used to be dirty. So he would tell his friends to keep their shoes on. And his mom would snap. He like, Mom, I ain't trying to get my socks dirty. I'm like, this dude is hilarious, man. And he just told jokes from his experience, and he was just able to like make it relatable in a sense.
That's the only way I feel like you'll be able to make it in comedy. You know, it's like sometimes some things you could just think of on the top of the dome. Like, remember when I told y'all what my uncle said about my feet?
Yeah.
Some things like that, it's like you just got to come with. It's naturally funny. And I told y'all he never said that.
Yeah.
But my thing is, it's like when you have it, you just have it.
Right.
You don't have to try so hard. Like with you and your music, you don't have to try hard. If it's natural, if it's something you have a gift, that's just what it is.
Yeah.
You know, like even with y'all pod, shout out the Temperature Podcast.
Thank you.
Yeah,
baby.
It's like one thing that I like about watching y'all, just like it was just so natural. Like, you know, it's kind of like you feel like y'all built for this, like radio, this industry, entertainment. You know, it just feels natural. When it's natural, it's like it's gonna come off a lot funnier. It's gonna be just more like laid back. That's why Bring the Funny for me was so big for me, because I'm like, you know what? All these other podcasts are talking about, and shout out to every last podcast, because I love listening to podcasts, but they're talking about, you know, especially for women, men, sex, drugs, baby daddies, relationships, finances, welfare, government. I'm like, I don't be wanting to listen to all that.
Yeah.
I want to just bring it back to me. What do I like to listen to? I could be on, at one time I listened to my whole shift at work, Paternity Test Tuesday. I went on YouTube, typed in Paternity Test Tuesday, and listened to Ricky Smiley's whole segment in 8 hours.
Dang.
Because it's like, some people are just like me. They just love, and my thing is laughing is good for the soul. You never know, like, what somebody's going through. So I'm just like, you know what? I want to bring the healing. I want to bring the positivity. I just couldn't think of nothing. I'm like, you know what? No, I need to bring the funny.
Yeah.
Because that's just what I love to do, is bring the funny. It don't matter where I am. I'm going to find something funny about it.
Right.
At a funeral, church, wherever it is. Like the one lady, they knew damn well she was not supposed to be talking because she had shakes. I don't know what she had, but I just called them shakes.
Yeah.
And so
Wait,
here he go. Like she couldn't hold, like she'll walk, like she couldn't hold her purse. She couldn't hold anything in her
Because her
hands.
hands are just.
She'll just shake. Like if she's standing there to be fine, but as soon as she lift her hands up to like hold something, she'll just shake. So she got the microphone in her hand.
Oh,
and she's
damn.
about to start singing, and she couldn't really sing, so she picks up the microphone and she's going like this, and she goes to her mouth and goes, ah, and it was just a graphic look.
Yeah, it was like, oh.
And I'm like,
Y'all see this?
so it's like, even, and I don't try to be that way. You know, sometimes I find things funny that aren't supposed to be funny.
Yeah.
Like, there's this one, my goodness, he's a comedian. His name is Anthony, oh my goodness, Shownick or something like that. He's a comedian. He finds, like he says, I'll give you an example. The shooting, when the guy went in and he shot the movie theater.
Yeah.
So he went on Twitter and was like, well, besides the shooting, how was the movie?
What?
It be dark jokes
Yeah.
like that.
That's
I
what I'm
was
saying.
just
Like,
dying, bro. Like,
I have
no pun
that.
intended.
And then someone's gonna say, "Oh, the movie was to die for." You know that's coming next after
You
they
know,
say
it's
that.
just like, you know, like there was like the race of Boston, and you know the Boston bomb with the race, and then
Yeah.
I was just like, you know, there's just certain lines you shouldn't cross.
Oh,
you know,
damn! See.
It's like you got to be very.
But I feel like
Look
you
at
gotta
man.
you gotta be able to laugh at certain situations, and at the same time, I understand, because in those tragic situations, there are victims, and their families are also victims too. So I get that, and how someone could take a joke and feel wrong about it. But I feel like we can't get away from what makes us who we are. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think that's like, not to make it racy, but you don't think that's a black thing? Like,
What you
because we know what it feels like to struggle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And we we make light of it, bro.
Yeah.
So anytime like, you know, something tragic happened, we'll make a joke out of it.
Mm.
And that's how I feel like how some comedians are, bro. Like
Yeah.
they'll take something that's tragic and make a joke out of it, then you got everybody else out there that's being sensitive. And it's like,
Yeah.
bro, like, it ain't that deep.
Then
bro.
how
I
would
get
parent like okay, so even when what's it call it? On okay, Don't Be a Menace. When they had that white man shoot up the dude that was going to college.
Yeah.
And then,
Nah, but
and
that was
they-
based off of Higher Learning.
Right.
Yeah.
The movie Higher Learning.
And then it went, yes, and he wrote off Ricky,
Yeah, yeah.
Tupac,
Malcolm X, Martin
Malcolm
Luther King.
and I'm-
Yeah.
it's like,
But see, that's a message.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a message.
Message?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Bro,
but
come on,
also
bro.
it was a tragedy,
Mm.
like how we lost them. And I don't think, never mind, I'm not gonna say that part because I don't really know.
What? So what I
But
say?
like Malcolm X, I don't think a white man killed him. I thought it was somebody.
Nah, it was. I think it was.
They say that it was
the-
a black person, I think, but I guess they're trying to say like they were paid to do it. Or
Right.
Mhm.
it was a hit type of thing. It
That's
came
sad.
with the sawed-off shotgun, pop, pop,
right
pop.
in the
Yeah,
chest.
right in the
Jesus
chest.
Lord.
Took him out, walked out. Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
You hear what he just said?
What?
Took him out. Wop wop.
yeah, that thing went off quick. You ain't got nowhere to go with one of
You
those.
talking about dark humor? This man crazy. Like he,
Nah.
you said how you just threw that in there.
Yeah,
So, no, wow,
but see, like how you were just saying, natural, like, and you say you look at us or whatnot.
Mhm.
That's us three. Like we knew each other for years,
Yeah.
so it just comes off like that. Even the jokes and shit, it just comes just
Yeah.
like that, bro.
It's nothing. I swear to you, if I ever made you laugh, I didn't write it down. I didn't prejudge
Facts.
to do that. I
Facts.
just did.
That's why we like. Sometimes I'll just go here. I'm like, I know this man probably getting chased by a dog right now, but I'm gonna call him.
No, I'm
He-
good. I'm good.
That boy in the
Sometimes,
building,
like,
taking his time.
The man,
getting up the
the
bed.
man so friendly. I'm like, Mr. Postman. Hey, D.
Yeah.
I'm like, I know the man sweating his ass off, and he just be, oh yeah, you right, yeah, yeah, yeah.
He ain't
You
never
know-
hit, he never hit you with the. Oh, I'm gonna call you back. I'm about to eat this Cuban sandwich.
Oh, nah, you got.
I
think
Well, do you remember? Because all right, so I have like funny ass quotables, and sometimes I don't I forget why I said it.
Uh-huh.
But I think that was how was that like to get off the phone with
Get on
somebody?
the phone with somebody.
Yeah.
Right. Oh yeah. Oh word. Oh, all right, cool. But I'm gonna call you back because I'm about to.
Oh, that's what it was. I said people will get off the phone with you for the most randomest shit. Like someone would say, "Oh yeah, I'm about to wash my hands. Let me call you back, nigga. You need to hang out to wash your
I
hands."
told the dude, I was like, hey, yo, I'm about to go on my lunch break. I'm gonna call you back.
They will find any reason to get off the phone with you, and I think we was talking, and I was like, they'll say like, "Yo, I'm about to eat this Cuban sandwich. Let me call you
I
back."
used that shit for like 2 weeks, bro.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Man, that's a real
I
thing.
used a lot of crazy. I'm like, oh, you know, hey, Jehovah's Witness at my door. Let me hit you back. Let me see what they
Man.
talking about.
Shout out to Jehovah's Witness, man. One thing I say about Jehovah's Witness, like they are very strategic in what they do. Like I feel like they write down the time they knock on your door, cause they'll come back at the exact same time, a different day, and you'll forget. You'll be like, "Do, who's that? Hey,
Man.
you remember us? Oh, damn.
See, it's different. They are different down here than up north. Up north, they are aggressive.
They're aggressive.
And they used to knock on our door like around 7:00 in the morning every Saturday.
Like a bill collector, like.
You know how when FPL back in the days to knock on your door,
Yeah.
like we want they don't do that now. They shut you off.
Yeah, they shut you
But-
off from the house.
Right.
Dude, from the
Yeah.
button, from the call center.
Yeah.
Up, shut off.
Yeah. They ain't pulling up and going in the back no more. Yeah.
Right? But so it was like 7:00 in the morning, they knocking on the door. So what we used to do is like if we're up or whatever,
Yeah.
one time I was like, oh, they ain't coming. They came at like 8. So all of a sudden you just see these women, these kids in brown dresses, and I'm like, it's Saturday, they got brown. We like, hey, you know the drill.
Yeah.
Jehovah's Witness. Like, no,
They out
we
here.
say no.
They out here.
No, we'll say JW.
JW,
And
Jehovah's
like, hey,
Witness.
JW. So
Yeah.
then we'll close the blinds, turn off
Mhm.
the TV, hide, and then one of them used to go and look in the window like this, like, she's
Yeah.
not-
Yeah. It's so bad like that. The
It's-
fact that you got to play
it's
that
not
in your
even
own house.
disrespecting their religion because I don't disrespect anyone's religion. You
They
pray
don't
to-
even ask you what's yours when they come.
They
They
don't
don't.
care.
They don't say, "Hey, are
Do
you?"
you know
It's a
the-
recruitment. My
Yeah,
boy.
yeah. Whoever
I'm
you
like,
are.
damn, like where you want to go to? I feel like I'm either gonna go to the army or I'm gonna become a Jehovah's Witness.
Yeah. And I got hit by a Jehovah's Witness.
hit, like
Yeah.
physically?
I was driving and the Jehovah's Witness ran a stop sign and hit me.
You try
Yeah.
to pray
And
for
they
you?
came out the car. Do you know the truth?
Yeah, bro.
I got played though. I ain't gonna lie, cause he dropped that Jehovah's Witness, and I felt like I shouldn't call the police to get money,
nah.
and you know, and go through the protocol of what you're supposed to do when you get hit.
Hey, hold
So
on,
Hold on, my boy. Hey, you got a watch turn there, my boy?
Hold on,
Mind you.
just be patient, my boy.
This man is in a big ass GMC truck, brand new. I was like, damn, why I ain't call the police?
What insurance you got?
In my head, I'm like, God might get me. Like, God might get me. So
I
you
I
took
let that
that
one
L.
go. Yeah, I took that
I
L. I let
never
that
had
one
to
go.
really experience all that because my old boy was just rude as fuck. Like
Mhm.
I feel like anybody that walked around with a bald head,
Yeah.
it's something mentally wrong with you. And that was my father, bro. Like,
Yeah.
that
You
nigga
snap
was
on him?
mad for everything, bro.
Yeah.
So you come knocking on, what the fuck you want? You know what? Sorry, never mind.
Ain't nothing worse than that. Somebody that's sticking up. No. I was knocking on it. Wrong door. I'm knocking on their
My
door.
fault.
Yeah.
I said, nah, Mike, I'm gonna go to the next door, bro. All right, slam the door, lock it. Be like, Dad, what happened? Nothing.
Yeah.
Go back and watch the TV. Bro. Like, all right, cool.
Man, one time they showed up. I had Christmas ornaments in my hand talking about it's my birthday.
Oh my God. Somebody's your birthday.
I had a ball of Christmas ornaments. I go, Merry Christmas, it's almost my birthday.
What the fuck?
Man, the only people that used to be as adamant on knocking on your door was people that wanted you to sign up for their cable services. That'd be the only people. They'll come, boom, 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 boom. Yeah, so you said last week to come back.
Oh,
You ready for this cable?
You know,
like,
them Girl Scouts is getting real aggressive with them fucking cookies now.
Wait, Girl Scouts knock on doors?
They don't knock on doors, but when I be going to Publix, they just be,
Yeah, they be out there.
like,
Okay, yeah.
I got these these cookies for you.
I got these
That's what it feel like.
Yeah.
I'm like, hi. I'm like,
I
okay,
never
I'll
had
get you when I
Girl
get
Scouts
out.
cookies, bro.
And then
You said what?
I never had them cookies.
Get the out of here.
I've never
You've
had
never had Girl Scout cookies?
some of them be
Not
fly.
even like when like you at work and like your coworker be selling for their kids.
Nah,
And they like, we
I be
selling Girl
I
Scout
be stuck
cookies.
in my ways on certain things that I eat. Like when it comes to cookies, it's only lemon.
You don't know milk and cookies.
Nah, I don't even drink milk,
Milk
bro.
and cookies.
Fucking oatmeal icing cookies, like. And
Sir,
probably,
that is nasty.
Hey,
Oh, the one with the cream inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's some. I ain't gonna lie. When you
The
hide
oatmeal
up,
cream pie?
yeah, when you hide
ain't
them
no
things,
damn
shit.
cookie.
No, not the cream pie.
Oh, he talking about one with the hard icing at the
Yeah,
top.
yeah.
When it come in that plastic pack
Yeah.
and they go,
That
Mhm.
shit good as hell, bro.
Yeah,
they have like oatmeal raisin and shit.
Nah, see, you
Mhm.
going too far.
you don't like the oatmeal
Nah,
raisins.
bro.
You should try these vegan cookies. You know what? Let me not do that.
Ain't never had no vegan cookies. I don't know no vegan cookies.
I ain't down that way.
Ain't no sugar in no thing.
There is sugar in it. It's just no eggs and no milk.
That thing probably tastes like the little,
No,
little cracker they give you at a
bruh.
communion.
Them vegan sugar cookies hit. The ones you gotta bake, oh, they hit.
Hey, I don't have nothing wrong. I don't have nothing against vegans, but don't
Yeah.
push your lifestyle on
That's
me,
that
bro.
Jehovah's Witness food.
Yeah, bro. Like,
So you saying vegans are Jehovah? Now, let me tell you something. I was vegan for
Uh,
a year, and now I'm pescatarian because it's like sometimes dairy to me is like crack.
oh
So-
yeah, me and you in the same ballpark.
So
Yeah,
it's like, just gotta have it.
yeah,
you
yeah.
know, so-
You be outside with your big ass drink. Just pull up and give me a shake real quick.
I got a brick of cheese in my
what got you to be a vegan?
Hmm?
What got you to be a vegan?
Okay, so one day, my son took a picture of me, right?
Mm.
And
Oh, I think I remember this one, but go ahead. Yeah.
my son took a picture of me sitting on the bed folding laundry,
Mm.
and my stomach looked like the face of the Ninja Turtles. So,
Which
Wait,
one?
what? The
My-
face of the
my-
Ninja Turtles?
Yes, like you know how the Ninja Turtles got that fat face
Yeah,
right here.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
So it was definitely giving.
Oh,
it was giving
okay.
Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
So I'm like, bro, like, did you zoom? Like, did you stretch out the picture? He's
No,
talking
Mom.
about-
Yeah. So regular picture.
Yeah, so I was like, oh my God, I'm so big. He was like, yeah. And I'm like, well, what do you mean? He's talking about you're a big lady. I said, well, I mean, yeah, I'm a big lady because I'm tall. I'm like, no, you're a big lady because you're a big lady. I'm like, well, how much do you think I weigh? He's talking about, son, you probably about 3'3". And I'm like, I said, wait a minute.
I
Wait,
thought of thugging for a
hold
second.
on, little nigga. You mean either way, it's bad. It's
Mhm.
either do I weigh 333 pounds, 33.3 pounds,
Mhm.
or am I 3,330? He's like the second one.
Damn.
I should have put his ass up for adoption
Yeah.
then. So,
it
but
runs in
no.
the family.
Yeah, he's gonna be a comedian coming
Oh
up.
yeah, I
Yeah.
hope he is because that little nigga's hilarious.
Yeah.
So I got on the scale. I bought a scale. You know, it's a Bluetooth scale, so I can step on the scale. I ain't gotta look at it. It'll send it to my phone.
Oh, I got one of
So
those.
I have this phone on the sink, and so I step on the scale. It sends it to my phone, but I also see it. He picked up the phone. I knew you was 3. I knew you was 3.
Oh, he was like, I hit on the head.
I knew you was 3. And
Yeah.
But it wasn't no 3.
Yeah.
I was 310.
Oh, okay.
And so, yeah, so I went to the hospital because I was just feeling like really bad, and I got admitted because they said I had like some issue going on, and I was like, damn. So then my mom was like, listen, I think you might want to consider going vegan because, you know, you got a little kid, you know, you got to take better care of yourself. And what's it called? I dropped like about almost 80 pounds.
I'm for going vegan.
Yeah. I started going to the gym, but thing is, being vegan now is different from what it was back then. Being vegan is fun. Like, I'm telling you, like, even Winter will tell you, like, I can take any dish that, as far as chicken, beef, whatever it is, and I could turn it to a vegan dish and you will smash it. Like, my son had his dedication last week, and also my brother had his birthday party. We made all these types of dips and stuff like that. And everybody's like, yo, what is this? I'm like, that's plant-based, you know, because I do this, you know, and my son, he is vegan for health reasons, and he loves it. Like, at first, it was like, I don't want to do this. I want a cheeseburger. But I'm like, yo, if you want that, I got you. You know, you don't have to, like, I don't eat meat at all. It's been going on 2 years.
Really?
Like, don't get me wrong. I will still smash that lobster tail every now and then. And I do eat salmon, but I don't be buying something like that because y'all, the government be tripping on y'all salmon prices. I mean, even Aldi's.
Yeah, inflation like a motherfucker.
Man, you know what? Shout out to the scam artists who came up with inflation because y'all are forcing people to stay together that don't want to be together no more.
I ain't gonna lie. I feel like inflation came once they got finessed for all that PPP loan money.
Yeah,
and all them,
they trying to get it back.
Yeah, they like,
but
y'all thought y'all came up.
I mean, I seen a couple outside of my house. She was like, I'm so sick of this shit. I want to move. I told, oh, bitch, you ain't going to go nowhere because we got these bills and I'm not paying this house by myself.
Yeah.
I'm gone. I'll sleep in my car before. I'm like, oh, shit.
It's that bad.
Yeah, I mean, it's forcing relationships. You know how many divorces we would have when we have inflation? I mean, it's like,
wait until the economy going down.
Yeah, right? You just wait until gas is $3.
Yeah.
I'm out this bitch.
That's just like COVID. All the babies that came within the 2 years that we was.
That was real.
My 2 babies.
Yeah, you got 2
these
kids.
COVID babies hit.
COVID babies.
These COVID babies hit different. These toddlers, like,
they advance.
Oh my goodness, my little nephew, boy, he's what, 2? He called his mama stupid ass the other day.
Oh yeah.
He's talking about you little.
That's a point.
I'm like, you little stupid ass. I'm like, come here. You know what stupid ass means? Like, yes. What does it mean? She's a stupid ass. She did something stupid. I'm like, oh yeah, sis, you is a stupid ass. That was some stupid ass shit you did.
I agree with him.
Like, it's like they have no filter.
Nah.
These toddlers have none. My son wasn't no COVID baby, but it's just these late 2000 babies. Where the fuck did they go?
Well, everything is more advanced now, especially if you're giving your kids the tablet.
Oh man.
You know, a lot of parents be like, here, and they give them a phone or a tablet, and them kids are sitting there.
Right.
And they're clicking videos and watching videos.
Yeah, because my son got an iPhone. He's 7.
I see kids that work them tablets better than some grown folk.
Yo, I felt like an idiot. These kids playing Fortnite. My son be in there killing it. Like, I'm like, Mommy, what the hell you doing? I'm like, whoa, watch your mouth.
Yeah.
I know. He's like, you acting slow. I'm like, I'm acting slow. Yeah. Do you know who your biological father?
He said, I'm acting slow. Me. That's an insult, man.
She was appalled.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. Like, nowadays, some of the stuff that they do, you kind of feel it. Like, I remember growing up and you do certain things and you have fun and then you watch like the adults try to do it and you like, look at you can't do this, get out of the way.
Exactly.
And then now I'm getting to the point where I watch them do stuff and I'm like, damn,
Like
let me get out of the way.
Some of these TikToks and
Yeah, all the little choreography
I'd be embarrassing the
dances.
shit out of them.
It's a good and bad thing because I've also seen like these phones like really raise these kids like
just like TV raised us.
Shout out to Nickelodeon.
Just like TV raised us.
When they hungry or we eat,
Yeah.
when they want to watch something, they got plenty of options. It's just like that's what's raising them at this point, bro.
How do little kids know how to order shit off of Amazon? I had 4 Amazon packages. I had a laptop, some Beyblades, some Mario. All this shit came to my house, and I'm like,
the
for me?
Yeah.
Who did this?
Got
I'm
your
not
name on it.
You did.
I opened it up. I'm like, I turned around, I'm like, babe, you got me a laptop? He's like, no.
I ain't get you got.
He's like, oh, well, what nigga got you that laptop? I'm like, apparently I'm the nigga because
it's my name on it.
I
I don't know.
the package, bro.
So then I open up, I see I'm like, Beyblades, Mario, he come in, mommy, my stuff is here. I'm like,
My boy.
I said, come here. Hey, tomorrow, I asked you, can I go on Amazon? And you said yes. I said you wanted to look up something on Amazon. You didn't say if you could buy it. He's like, well, it didn't say buy. It said checkout.
And he's checked it out, all right. Checked it all the way out.
Yeah, and I checked his ass with a belt.
Yeah. Check.
I don't condone.
Did you send the stuff back or he kept it?
I sent that laptop back.
I was just about to say, like,
but the Beyblades and the little Mario comforter and I let them keep it.
Yeah.
Well, a whole laptop.
That's a real thing.
Laptop.
Man.
That thing was like almost $400.
I could.
My dad told me a story about like how, cause I got a little brother, right? His name King. Shout out to him.
All right.
So, he get a check. My little brother get a check, right? So my dad is the one that receives it, take care of the stuff or whatever. So he same thing, use the tablet phones and stuff like that. So my one day he's taking on to McDonald's to get him something to eat, but I'm gonna use your check to get you some food.
Right.
So they like insufficient funds. He like, how is it insufficient? Yeah, there ain't no money on this. So he like, what the hell? So he paid for the McDonald's, just cash or whatever. I'm like, what the hell? Why it ain't no money on this card? So he called the thing and they're like, yeah, the balance is at 0. And he's like, how is it at 0? So they pull up the transactions and it showed like my little brother was buying games on the app, on the app store, just buying games. And he's like, how the hell did you even get like, so, because he didn't have the card.
Right.
My little brother went and found the card, put the information in, and started ordering. He's like, well, it's my card.
Shout out to the brother.
He's like, it's my card. So it's like, well, yeah, it is, but still. The fact that you went and took the card and used it to go buy
You're supposed to ask first.
Yeah,
right.
You're supposed to ask for my money.
Yeah, it's like, it's mine. It's like, what you trying to tell me? I can't buy games with my money? But, man, that's when I started seeing, like, man, these kids and then now they driving cars and they doing all this stuff. I'm like, man, they more advanced.
Yeah, it's a blessing and a curse because now these kids are just too opinionated, and I had one teenager that just felt like she just knows everything, and I remember her telling me, and this is gonna trip y'all out. She said, "It's not normal to be gay because you don't see homosexual animals." Out the blue. We all going to Walmart. I don't know what makes you think that in Walmart you're thinking about homosexual animals.
Yeah.
But
that's different. That's very different.
But she just came out the blue and said, being gay is not normal because you don't see animals being a homosexual. I turn around, I'm like, who the fuck is she talking to?
Yeah, that's a real question.
I'm like,
I'm trying to agree with her.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Like,
but I'm just trying to figure out, like, at 13, what makes you think about some shit like that? And I'm like, well, I said, I don't know. I said, she's like, have you ever seen a gay animal? I'm like, I said, my neighbor had a gay dog. And so she was like, that dog was probably around gay people. I'm like, no, no, we're not doing this. We're not touching on that.
Yeah.
But the thing is, she was just arguing about it. Like, and I don't care what nobody says. I'm right. I'm like,
yeah.
Get your daughter.
I mean, but you say you seen a gay dog.
Like, so he was humping on another dog.
Yeah, but they kind of, that's how they feel you out. It's not they really like trying to.
I was joking.
Oh, I was about to say, bro.
Yeah, when you said gay, I was about to say. So what did the dog do?
Yeah,
he had a special bark.
Oh, he was a little sensitive. He was a little tired. I ain't got time to be using my vocal cords like that. Like trying to preserve these barks.
I mean, but hey, social media gave everybody a voice
and a platform. Yeah,
and a platform. I feel like everybody shouldn't have one because that's how you misdirect people.
It's a gift and a curse.
It is. It really is. But some of it can help certain people, but it just depends on how you use it. That's just like anybody. When you feel like you got a superpower, you want to test it out, and you don't know if you're gonna use it for good or bad. So I mean, that's just.
He saves.
But you
know exactly where I was going with that. That joke is hilarious. I'm not gonna lie. Like that's so funny.
Have you seen his recent
I haven't watched. You talking about when he gave the speech to it's really good.
Bruh, that man is amazing, bro.
I'm gonna watch it.
That man, it's not even really about him doing stand up. Like Chappelle is really a great speaker, bro.
Yeah, he's know how to make it natural.
He's a great speaker. He's a great storyteller. He makes you picture everything that he's talking about, bro. Like, dog, the stories that he was talking about at the school, I felt like I was there with them because basically the stories that he was telling, everybody was there in the crowd, went to the same school with him. So you could hear them agreeing with him, laughing and things like that. But that man is amazing, bro. And then the name of the school, I think it's called the Freedom of
Isn't it like an art school? Yeah. It's an art school in DC.
Yeah, that's what he named it, but they want to name the school after him. So
he said no.
Yeah, he said no. So he named it the Freedom of Speech or something like that. He was like, well, when y'all ready to accept my company, y'all can just put my name right above that. And it goes well with the title. Dave Chappelle, the freedom of blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm like, that's dope as fuck, bro. That's dope as fuck, bro. Like,
that's what's up.
But he was talking about the special. He was like, it was nothing about what everybody was saying that got him mad. It was the kids. Because the things that the kids were saying, you know that they didn't think of that. Yeah. They was hearing it from adults.
Yeah.
So it was just like when they came to him and they talking about that, he was just looking at them like, how the hell would you even know what that means? Yeah. That's what was pissing him off. So that's why he never backed down from it. And then he actually stood on. He was like, the closer, no matter what nobody says, that is the most watched comedy special ever. Yeah. And I was like, I had to think about it. I'm like, that's his second time doing that because his first, the TV show that we were just talking about, he sold the most of that. Yeah. And I was like, damn.
He outsold his contract. That was the issue with it because they wanted to take more creative control over it. And then they didn't want to pay him the right way, how he was supposed to get paid since he outsold what his contract was constructed for.
And that's like one of the things that you can tell when someone, becomes famous, and you can tell when they don't have the creative control anymore. Because when it's you, like say for instance, you guys get picked up and they have creative control over Temperature Podcast. Right. You can tell because it's not going to feel authentic. It's going to feel rehearsed. It's not going to feel natural. Like, I don't want anyone having creative control over, Bring the Funny. I've had a lot of people tell me, oh, well, you should do this, and you should do that, and you should do that. And I'd be like, you know what you should do? Just shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Or start your own shit.
Right? Yeah. Like, it's like, I value the opinion. I'm like, thank you, but, we got this. Yeah. I'm good.
As long as you stick to what you feel at heart.
When you are walking in your passion, and that's one thing people have to realize, when you are walking your true gift, God is going to make room for you. Yeah. He always is. It's a fact. Like, if I know for a fact that I'm supposed to be doing comedy because this is what my gift is, like, don't get me wrong, I know how to sing. I love to sing. I even cut a record when I was 23.
Oh,
but
it is.
Yeah, we got to hear that.
Hell no.
Put that on the end of the episode.
Oh yeah,
It's bad enough y'all got me drunk singing This Christmas.
we do. Yeah, we do.
You better edit that out. But it's just that for me, it's like, this is just, I can't, if I woke up one day and it's like, you just can't make nobody laugh no more, you can't do anything funny, I'm just like, all right, well, later.
Okay.
Well, okay, I really wouldn't.
No, we
Because
understand.
I saw no, you ain't seen looking at this. I'm like, nigga.
No. I had to think about it. Like, yeah, I feel where you're coming from.
Yeah.
Another person that I gotta shout out is Andrew Schultz. The reason why I have to shout him out, I've watched this man literally come from someone that was starting comedy to where he's at now.
Yeah.
And like what you just said is the reason what he did. Okay, so he was getting bigger and bigger with Charlamagne with the Brilliant Idiot. Shout out to them. He was getting bigger and bigger. Then he started doing his own podcast. He started doing his own shows. And then it got to the point where he wanted to have his Netflix special and all that.
Yeah.
But they wanted creative control. So what he did was put out all his materials every day or every week on YouTube for free. He did that every week for a year. After that, started going on tour. Tours got bigger. Nigga cut a big ass check. He just did his stand-up special, and everybody was asking what's he gonna do with Netflix, because he ended up getting the show. He was like, I don't know, I'm gonna shop it around. Somebody picked it up. He bought it back because same thing you just said. They wanted to cut some of his comedy bits because they didn't agree with it.
Yeah.
But you know this man for his crazy ass outtakes. He was like, why would you cut my shit? So he was
knowing that's what the people want.
Exactly. So he was fortunate enough because he had already cut the check from Netflix to buy his shit back, and now he's just gonna put it out himself. And I was like, that's dope as fuck, bro. So, and I think that shit come out Sunday, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna check
shout out
that
to
out.
Andrew Schultz.
That boy got an amazing come out, bro.
I love stories like that. Like
Yeah,
when
yeah.
people, you see the grind and the brick by brick.
Yeah.
And you can see that. And I feel like in this generation, you see it more on social media.
Fact.
You know what I'm saying? You can kind of see somebody grind and build from the start, like academics, watching him do Warren Chirac and then slowly
Right.
becoming.
Right.
That girl from Abbott Elementary, just
That's
Yeah.
another
her
one.
skits, and even King Batch,
Yeah.
he was just doing
King Batch, shout out
Hey,
to him.
yeah, shout
King
out to
Batch
him.
was like one of the first social media comedians that I seen was King Batch. And I want to say also
King
shout out
Karan.
to King Karan, that's another one. And shout out to Hot Damn I Rock.
I was just about
Oh,
to say
Hot
that.
Damn I Rock.
He's
Man,
so
shout
funny.
out to that, man.
Shout out to that man.
He said, wait,
All
Yeah.
of them, bro.
did you see
Yeah.
the clip that he did with that Arabian guy?
What the rape? Oh, you talking about when they were talking about
He talking about some what did he say? He talking about go take care. The Arabian guy was like, go take care of your baby mamas. He talking
Yeah.
about go ride your camel. He talking about some. He's like, shut off your leg, 50 Cent. Go steal some shit. He talking about, well, go blow some shit up. And the guy was like,
Okay.
he's like, okay.
oh shit. Nah, but I rock. I
Niggas was
rock
just
with
trying
him.
to keep topping each
Yeah.
other.
Hot Damn I Rock. I love his content. He came up with something authentic. He used to do videos in his bathroom.
Oh my god.
And he would just sit there and just say stuff that people were thinking but wouldn't say out loud, and just touch bases on so many different things. I feel like, that was one of the cornerstones for like YouTube comedians. You know what I mean? That's our own lane in itself. There's people that funny as hell through YouTube. And that's all they do.
It's sad though because of what happened to him. His
He
best
went through
friend-
some health
yeah.
issues.
His
His
best friend died. And
his
he
dog
was,
died.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
He was just going through it.
Yeah.
And he just disappeared for a while. Then he slowly started.
Yeah,
to
he's starting to come back now.
Yeah, because I see him around the Cornell and them and stuff like that. It was all together. And I think he was on the Steve Harvey show. I
He might
think
have been.
no. Wait,
Wait,
was
we
he?
talking about like the which show you talking about? Which one? 'Cause
His-
Steve got a lot of shows.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Steve-
shout out to
Steve
him.
working.
Shout out to him.
Steve Harvey.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
You out here working, my brother.
When you said that, I'm like, okay, was it a talk show?
Yeah, I was like,
was
wait,
it the
is it-
morning show?
yeah, like, I don't know.
was it Family Feud?
Yeah. Now he got a jury show. I was like, okay,
Yeah,
he's a jury
he
now.
a judge.
Judge, yeah.
Yo, I'm getting sick of those judge shows. For now, Chrissy Teigen's a judge.
Nah, I
Jerry
don't-
Springer's a judge.
I like it
Steve
back when
Harvey's
it
a
was what's the black lady, Mathis?
They're actual
Mathis?
judges.
I like that one. The real
Judge
one.
Mathis,
Yeah.
Judge Maybelline,
Yeah.
I think that's her name. Judge Toller, Judge Judy.
I was just about to say
Yeah,
that.
I
Shout
like
out to her.
those.
Let me tell you something. You knew that lady was not playing no games with nobody when she put that damn bob in a ponytail.
Yeah. Yeah. It was serious. It was serious.
Grandma wasn't playing.
Business.
Mhm.
Listen, she was not. I'm not playing with y'all this season. When she
Yeah.
had that slick back and I'm like, y'all done gave grandma a swoop.
Yeah.
Now,
She was
I'm telling you right
serious.
now, next season she gonna have a lace front. I'm
Man.
telling you.
That's a tough job in itself. Being
That's
a judge.
gonna be
Hell
the
yeah.
first. She gonna be the first TV show judge to give your ass 10 years.
That's scary. That's some scary stuff, man.
Ooh, shit, boy.
But we want to thank you so much for coming on.
Facts.
We had a
Thank
great
you.
time. It's crazy because I'm be real with y'all. We winged all this.
We
Like,
sure did.
all this was winged.
I'm like, why am I
Nothing
here?
written down. I ain't touched my phone not one time to look at a question. Nothing.
It's
This
organic, bro.
is all
It's
winged,
all natural.
freestyle.
When it's natural, it works.
Yeah.
You can't force it.
So-
You can't force a relationship. You can't force friendships. And that's all I got for y'all.
I want to thank you again for coming on our platform. This has been something that we've been plotting on for you to come on, but it had to be at the right time.
Right.
And it's strange because how this even came together.
I forgot to bring y'all drink of the week.
It's okay. It's okay. We gonna get there. We gonna get there. But it's crazy because we were gonna interview somebody else, but everything happened for a reason.
Facts.
So this was the right time. I felt like I couldn't see it no other way, and it's crazy because when I was like, yeah, we're doing it today. In my mind, I didn't take not one time to be like, well, what are we gonna talk about? I'm like, it's gonna
Because you
happen.
already know how we do.
It's gonna
Right.
happen. We
What's
literally had to
our-
stop ourselves
We
from
had
having
posts, and you
conversation.
missed it. We had to kick back with the po' boys in the
Oh,
backyard. So
yeah.
we
You
we
were
gonna
supposed
run
to be
it
there.
back. We
You
gonna
were
run
supposed
it.
to be there for
But
that.
it's like stuff like that. It's a vibe. Like, y'all like my family now.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
it's
For
like
real,
it's
for
a
real.
vibe. So
Thank
can
you.
I have
again.
$40?
Yeah.
We family now.
Family. What's up, cousin? What's up, cousin? I need gas.
you know the one cousin like, oh, yo, if you ever need anything, you know,
Yeah.
well, now that you mention it, you know, this phone ain't gonna pay itself. That car ain't gonna fill up.
Let's see.
Straight to
Let's
the
see how
$40,
strong this
bro.
family ties
Right.
is. But but thank you again so much for coming on. You can find her on Instagram. Bring the funny.
Yeah, so follow me, D_Rochelle_comedy. Bring the THA, so it's BRINGTHA_ podcast on Facebook,
Yeah.
YouTube, Instagram,
Mm-hmm.
Wikipedia, Encyclopedia,
Yeah. Dictionary.
All that.
Google,
Phone book.
Bing,
All that.
Mozilla,
Yellow
Safari,
pages.
Alexa.
Shout out
Goo-
to our boy Sid. You feel me?
Oh, yeah, shout out to the boy
Sid,
GBM Sid.
I miss you. It's been so long.
Yeah.
It's been too long.
But thank you again. I can't wait to collab again. Well, we're
Yes.
gonna be collabing again real soon.
Sunday.
Not this Sunday, but the following Sunday.
Yeah,
We're gonna be collabing again. Will we collabing
Sunday.
again Sunday? Okay. See, there we go.
Family.
Yeah, we collabing again Sunday.
It's
All right.
up.
And thank you again for watching Temperature Chat Podcast. Please like, comment, subscribe,
Yeah.
comment anything in the bottom.
Yeah.
Shoot,
Yeah,
whatever
comment.
you want. If
Right.
you got a joke, just bring the funny / temperature check. So if you got something funny, you can just throw a funny
Matter of
joke. in
fact,
there.
y'all tell us what y'all top 5 comedians is.
Yeah. Throw
Give me
top
your
5.
funniest joke.
Give me your funniest joke.
There you
Give me your funniest your mama joke. Man,
You
just
might get
throw
split if I
something
see
in
if it's not mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, your mom
careful when
is
you
such
see
a
him.
hoe.
Careful when you see it. Take my word for it. Careful when you see this. Oh, man. All right. But again, thank you for watching Temperature Chat podcast. Like, comment, subscribe.
Yeah.
Hey y'all, it's me, Holly D, aka Miss Holly Baby, and this is the Temperature Check podcast. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, turn on the post notifications, add them to your favorites, so you never miss an episode.